So, welcome everybody to the podcast. We are specifically looking at risk. So, the different types of risk managements, like how to manage your trades. So, just to make you more aware about what you're getting yourselves involved with. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is almost like my personal experience. So, hopefully, some of you may experience the same sort of things or may go into that. So, when I first started. A couple years ago, it was basically I was just went from demo to seeing good results from that demo account, which I proved to myself that I've got this method and it's really working. And then I jumped straight into a demo account, sorry, a live account, and within the next 3 weeks, I think I blew the whole account. So, and obviously, um, I'm sure that I'm not the first person to ever do this. So, and this is the other thing I wanted to look into as well is the what you're getting yourselves into here, and understand that this is a big commitment that may take you a few months or even a few years. So, that's what we are going to talk about. So yeah, let's go into the first topic of risk management then. So, um, risk management, what is it? So what this is you have your main account balance. So let's just say keep numbers simple here. So £1,000. And what we want to do is we want to increase this value throughout week in, week out, and eventually over the year we profit. And it depends on your personal goals here. So if you're trying to make this your full time job where you're taking money out every Friday, or if it's just a side income and you're just looking for the secondary income, so you're getting monthly gains or yearly gains. So it's two different goals here, but they each work out very differently. So that's one thing I always say is work out your first objectives that you want to gain from trading. Is it a weekly profit, or is it a monthly sort of return slash yearly return? Um, so yeah, so with the risk management, what as I was saying, is it basically keeps you in the long run, in the game, and it gives you much more of a chance to profit in the market in the long run, and it prevents giving your money away for free. It's like, for example, um, without risk management, it's like you throwing, like £10 out of the window, um, as you take every walk of a step, down the road. Like you wouldn't do that. Or it's like someone walking up to you, and taking £10 out of your pocket. You wouldn't let that person do that to you, right? And it's in the same sort of scenario here. It's like if you don't have risk management in play here, it's going to the market is literally just gonna go into your pocket and take out £10 all the time, and it will always, obviously not £10, but just like that sort of risk, whatever you're risking here, and it will always keep taking money out of your pocket, out of your balance all the time, and it will keep doing it over and over again. So how do you stop that, and how do you protect yourself? So risk management, as I keep saying. So I'm going to give you a few examples that work out. And obviously, you keep hearing people say, always risk one to 2% or 1 to 3%. It depends how comfortable you are. But the very first step before you even get to that is, can you afford to even start trading? If is it Do you have enough sufficient funds to um, play the game? So what I mean by that is your starting account. Can you use this money, and can you afford to lose that money if it does happen? So you can't have any attached emotions towards your money or your account, and it's quite hard to get over that first. But if you do get over it, it may mean that you just start with £100, or it mean for someone, £1,000 is still equally, uh, still the same sort of emotion balance here, sort of thing. So what we have to do is first disengage the emotion and attachment towards money. Um, Now the second step is to work out your 1%. So let's just say that this person, wants to risk £1,000. So he opens an account and with £1,000. Now the 1% here is would be £10. Now, how do you go about delegating your 1% into trades? So when you work out your trade, obviously, I hope you're using stop losses. This is a very big thing, but I'm just going to assume that you're using your stop losses and you take profits very well. Um, so what you do is you take your stop loss and you work out how much that is. So by pip wise. So let's just say you've worked out your pip count and you worked out the stop loss and it's in 20 pips, right? So you take your 20 pips and then you take your 1%. So what the math is here, the formula is your 1% divided by your stop loss. So if you want to write that down, so in this scenario, the 1% of the £1,000 is £10, then and the stop loss here is 20 pips. So the maths is just simply £10 divided by 20 pips, and that would equal 0.5. Now that here is your lot size. So very simple formula maths here, nothing over the top. So that's how you simply work that out, and that would be 0.5. So 0.5 as your lot size for that particular trade. Now you could then argue, should I keep the same lot size all the time then? And that there is a bit of two truths behind that, and it depends on your scenario and your specific situation. Now, so let's just assume here that you are on, you have a method and you've got your strategy. So this is one side. So if you do have your strategy and you've got something back tested and you've got proven results that you are getting consistent results, that you're profiting, right? In this example, I would consider no, don't keep your lot size the same. And the reason being is because you want to improve your account because you know that you're getting consistent gains and you've got your edge in the market. What you do is if you keep having your lot size at 0.5, your growth equity curve, yes, it will go up, but your potential is kind of restricted as much as it could be. You could obviously gain much better results by um, reevaluating your 1% each month. So, say for example, your account grew in a month, 1,000 to 2,000. Let's just say that happened. Your new 1% now would be £20, and therefore your 20 pip stop loss would now be £1. So you can see how much you can scale up from the market and grow your account very heavily if you do have your edge. Now this is the other side where I do believe that you should have the same lot size now. So the other side is if you're still live testing. So if you haven't quite figured out your account, sorry, your edge into the market, if you haven't built that consistency yet, what I would argue is to keep your your lot size exactly the same. And the reason being here is not for the money. You have to almost reverse the psychology here. It's what you have to look at is um, pips before the money. So count your pips, and then the money would come afterwards. So you want to be surplus. You want to have your edge. You want to have the confidence that your system and your strategy is going to win over time. And you just have to know that playing the game, which we are, is the important part of trading. We have to participate in the market as much as we can when we know that our opportunities presented to ourselves in the market. Now, until you get to that stage, unfortunately, I don't really think you should consider upping your lot size, because with that um, increase of lot size, so for example, if you was using a 10p lot size, so 0.10, and you went straight to £1, could you imagine the risk that you are taking? Could you imagine the physical emotion and mental emotion that's going through your mind when you're seeing the negatives, or if you see the positives? Your trading plan will go out of the window completely. and I have done this before, so this is why I'm trying to tell you from my own personal mistakes that this is what works, and it is proven, and it's not just from my own personal experience. It's from reading other people's experience, looking at other people's situations and what's worked for them. So I know for a fact that they all started off from testing, live testing, not demo account, because I personally believe that that demo accounts um, do not serve the psychological justice as trading with live money. Now, I'm not saying open an account with all your savings here. I'm saying open an account that you can afford to know that you're going to lose this money. Okay, so jumping back to quickly summarize, if you do have a proven edge, I do believe that you should look into increase monitoring your 1% and changing your risk size every so often. Perhaps monthly um, readjustment is a good factor to look into. And secondly, if you are just starting out, I do suggest you open a live trading account. Potentially only open with a very, very small figure and using the smallest lot size here, so 0.01. I know that's not a lot, but potentially just something in the region of that. And what that will do is it will teach you about the psychology, it will let you handle the emotions behind trading, and it will give you the attachment, it will detach you from all of the problems that you will eventually come up when you start uprising your risk. So that's what I mean by the risk management side here. So um, yeah, so that is pretty much what I wanted to cover here. You've got a few questions regarding this topic, so that's why I wanted to cover that. I hopefully this does help you move forward. I know this wasn't too much, but this is obviously a big topic in the three pillars of trading. So obviously it's your trading edge, it's the psychology edge, and it's your mindset. So the whatever the emotions you have to battle here. So the next episode we will put out next week, um, and we'll continue to do this on a regular basis. So that'll be all from us. Thank you very much for listening in on our podcast here. Make sure you go ahead and check out our YouTube channel at KMTRADERS. We post obviously the analysis videos there, and check out our Twitter page as well. It's a chance for you to interact with the community, as well as checking out our Instagram as well. We're posting much more of our results now, so you could get to see how we post, or sorry, how we trade, etc. We do like a before and after. It's quite cool. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.